7:16. Roll call.
Joshua Percy.
Here.
Mike King. Genesis Garcia. Janelle Gomez. Julia Barroa. Haley Rome. Catherine Enos. Here. Alexis Polonsky. Here. Taylor Butek.
Here.
Valerie Endres. Rosalind Sadowski. Here. Tamika Wardlow-Williams. Arthur Patry.
Here.
Robert Smith.
Present. All right, I'm seeking a motion for approval of the agenda. One by Enos, and another by, one by Representative Enos and one by Representative Polonsky. Any discussion? All right, we move on to the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Abstentions? We are seeking a motion for approval of the minutes of February 27th, 2019 Parliament and the special election meeting. One by Representative Enos and one by, looking for a second, one by Representative Kane. Any discussion? None. Move to a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Abstentions?
I'm going to abstain, I wasn't here.
We have one abstention by Representative Sadowski. And passes. Anyone here for open forum? The forum is closed. Officers' announcements. I do have some announcements. The first one is that I'll be adding a Parliament meeting, I believe, after the satisfied budget hearings on March 27th. If I notice that, because technically our next Parliament meeting isn't until April, the first week in April, I think. So basically, I'm going to say we're going to do a meeting on the 27th if we have people submitting things, but if there's nothing, then I'll just cancel it. So this is like people bring resolutions, finance minutes and whatnot, more than finance minutes and more than minutes, like resolutions, speakers, anything like that. We'll have a meeting. If not, we'll just move on. I do have one more announcement. I got to swear in the new vice president, so I'll do that now. Come on up.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Raise your right hand and read off of that.
I, Ron County, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of Vice President of Rhode Island College Student Community Government Incorporated, and will, to the best of my ability, protect and uphold the bylaws of SAG. I will promote a sense of community and foster the growth of student interest and welfare as a whole, and honor the integrity of the mission of student parliament and all the committees and commissions thereof.
All right, thank you very much. Congratulations, welcome aboard. If you don't mind signing these for me and dating them, that'd be great. I guess I will do these over my announcements since I am also speaker. I have a leave. Hello, Mr. Speaker, and members of Parliament. I apologize for the late notice. I am on my way to the doctors after getting sent home from work, falling ill with a fever and other flu-like symptoms, so I'm unable to attend tonight's meeting, as I do not want to spread this illness to everyone or get worse. Apologize again for the sudden notice. Thank you in advance for your understanding. Regards, Haley Roan, Deputy Speaker. Do I have a motion to accept? One by Representative Enos, one by Representative Polonsky. Any discussion? Move to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Abstentions? Another one from Mr. Speaker. Hello. Sending this email as a formal leave for tomorrow's meeting. You sent this yesterday. I'm boarding a plane to Philadelphia for a conference starting Thursday. Hope you all have a great weekend and a great break. Seeking a motion to accept. One by Representative Enos, one by Representative Butek. Any discussion? None. Move to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Abstentions? Passes. Hello, I won't be at tonight's Parliament meeting because I'm out on a school conference on Genesis. Seeking a motion to accept. Representative Enos, Representative Kane. Any discussion? None. Move to a vote. All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Abstentions? All right, Janelle. Greetings to all my honorable parliamentarians. Why does she have to do this?
Welcome, Isaac.
I hope you all as well. I'm requesting leave from tonight's parliament meeting because I will be attending a conference. Appreciate you all sitting in this room. I hope you have an insightful conversation on materials I handed out. I apologize I won't be there. Have a great parliament, and as always, maintaining momentum in your classes, roles of leadership, and other activities. Best, Treasurer Gomez. Seeking a motion to accept. One by Representative Enos, one by Representative Kane. Any discussions?
Is everyone at a conference
Yes.
today?
Yeah, the CMAs are this week.
It's not a conference. It starts tomorrow.
No, it starts today.
It starts tomorrow.
Well, they're there today.
They're there tomorrow night. They're there tonight.
Well, the conference policy states that they can arrive a day early and leave a day later.
Fair enough.
Most people for professional conferences go the day before.
Yeah.
And the special free stuff that you can sign up for when you're there starts today. I know Mike King did it.
The more you know.
Huh?
The more you
Yeah.
know.
Mike King signed up and paid for the extra training last year. All right, move to a vote. All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Passes. Okay. Let me just double check everything here. I do not believe I have any more announcements other than me and Representative King working on a SCG meet and greet at the end of March. Hopefully outside on the quad. Hopefully have coffee and snacks there and try to just give an open area for people to come ask us questions and meet us. And probably should have done it sooner, but better late than never. But other than that, I have no more announcements. So, Vice President Monkey.
I agree. So to follow up on what he was basically saying, I'm trying to have at least 3 town halls. The first one, we're trying to put it on the 26th again. It's going to be a nice meet and greet, all are welcome, whether you're a member of the committee or not, or whatever, anything like that. I'm trying to have the second one on the 2nd of April or around the 9th of April. But it's still a tentative concept, so I'm still trying to work on that. Anybody who's willing, and obviously Josh was one of the first guys I've been in contact with on. I would like to get as many people to attend these, whether they is on SCG or not. But the main goal is just to get the most amount of people, the most amount of information possible. So if y'all could, I would be able to realize y'all could attend that. I reckon that is the only thing I got. So I'm gonna reserve my time.
There's no Secretary Genesis Garcia, no Treasurer Janelle Gomez, no Speaker Julio Baroa, and no Deputy Speaker Haley Brown. So we'll move to Finance Commission minutes of February 13th, 2019, and February 27th, 2019. Motion to accept. One by Representative Polanski, one by Representative Enos. Any questions? Anybody? I'll just do my due diligence here on behalf of Treasurer Gomez. Anthropos came for an allocation. Unfortunately, I was not present at this meeting. Sojourn came for allocations and t-shirts. Gamer came for a capital improvement. And senior class came for their operating budget. And then the next meeting junior class came for an operating budget to use for Laverne Cox. Lasso came for an allocation for the Latinx mixer during the Latinx conference for students. Anthropos also came for another allocation. Food service, for food for their upcoming event. Gamer came for allocations for their outside game day, and senior class came for representative for the class gift, which will go to the Unity Center. Any more discussion? Any questions? Okay. Move to a vote. All's in favor? All opposed? Abstentions? All right, and then the next one, motion to accept the general fund activity report. One by Representative Enos, one by Representative Keen. Any discussion? I would highly suggest that if you have any discussion, please email Treasurer Gomez, because she cannot be here. I mean, I could try, but I will highly butcher this and probably say something wrong. Do you have anything?
So I talked to her briefly about it. She said the numbers are accurate, they're just not up to date. And as you can see, we have the 109 and the 109,000 in the red, but it's not.
It's not really in the red.
Right.
Yeah, and at the end of the month, we received a disbursement from accounting, so it's not 109,000 correct. We're getting slower disbursements than we usually do.
And that's pretty much
Okay.
what she said.
All right. If there's any more discussion, we'll move to a vote. Okay. All's in favor? Aye.
Hi.
All opposed? Abstentions? All right. Now we move to the next agenda item, the parking resolution. Representative Enos.
Okay, so I'm just gonna read this and then you guys can just ask me questions. So, whereas commuter students and visitors cannot find adequate parking for quick runs onto campus for papers or materials, whereas the number of parking spots in Lot K is already limited by area and hazardous reasons, whereas there is an unaccompanying faculty parking lot N, which is located separately from parking lot K, but in close vicinity, whereas the number of dean-specific parking spots have increased with no increase of common area parking spots, be it therefore resolved that the 3 dean parking spots be moved from common parking lot K and be put into faculty lot N. Be it further resolved that dean, faculty, or staff-specific parking spots be placed with faculty lots and not in the area where campus guest speakers or commuter students can park.
We'll move to motion to accept. One by Representative Polonsky, one by Representative Vutek. Any discussion? Yes. Mr. Robert Smith.
Which one is K?
So K is the loop.
So you have K as the loop, and then N is the one right behind Horace Mann, if I'm not.
It is next to the lower lot.
Okay, N is down in the lower lot.
Sorry, there are assigned spots for administration in the loop.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought they had it over by Roberts.
Well, until very recently, Dean of Students is upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dean of students is.
So
Are they
Lot N
still
is
upstairs?
actually the one, it's,
Yeah.
it's still like technically a part of K, it's just on the side of K.
Oh, that's N?
Yeah.
So Dawn?
Like up near Horace Mann and Dawn.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what.
that one's N.
Yes, that's what I said.
So
Oh.
how many,
So it wouldn't really be moving it, it would just be kind of like relocating it.
well, the loop has always been one of 2 lots that are open lots for everyone,
Yeah.
including, me, who no longer has the parking sticker and would probably get a lovely ticket from the campus for parking in the wrong spot. If I don't get a loop spot, I have to schlep to A, or is there more than one open spot, or did they accommodate those
So there are
open spots, or did they just
3
take away
dean of
spots?
students, one's dean, 2 dean of education, I think. I'm not-
Yeah, because they have a co-dean right now.
Co-dean of
Yeah.
education, 2 of them in front of Horace Mann in the loop. And then
Yeah.
the dean of students is the second, well, probably the easiest parking spot on the long side if we're looking at the loop on the right-hand side. And I know 2 years ago, they put that in during the year that President Jose was here, Jose Rosario, and Scott Kane, the current dean of students at that time, did not want to park there or take up a spot, so they removed it. And then last year, we had the co-dean, intern deans all year. They did not put 2 co-dean spots in there. And then once we had an official one, they put in a parking spot again.
Wow, that's rough.
And I would also agree with this. I didn't get to sign off on it. I'm glad they did this. I 100% support this. Don't say it's an open lot if you're going to fill it with
We're
reserved
supposed
parking
to have
spots.
visitor parking spots next to the dean's spots for visitors to the deans.
Well, I'm okay with visitor spots. That's
Or,
different
like,
than
visitors
commuters.
specific to the dean's
It's only a dean spot if the dean's never in a park there.
Yeah, so I
The
mean,
spot is very commonly left open and closed, especially the 2 dean spots, they're open most of the
you
time.
get so pumped because you see no cars and it's like, oh,
You can never park there at any time unless you're the dean.
Well, I mean,
Yes,
there's literally a
exactly.
sign saying like, this is designated for
You really
this
don't read the
person.
signs.
But they
I just
never
don't
park
agree
there,
with you.
yeah.
But the
So
college
it's
used to
probably
do
trying to
in
be
the
the-
faculty lots, in the red sticker lots, it used to be for, I think, this might be wrong, I think this was before my time. But it was after 4 p.m. you were allowed to park in the back.
That's still true.
You can still can?
Yeah, you can park anywhere on campus.
Really?
on 4.
Oh, I
They
never
only
knew that.
enforce parking between 8 and 4.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah.
I've been ticketed after 12 p.m. though.
yeah.
Because 12 p.m. is
Because that's
due time.
overnight. Between
But it's
Between
before
8
8.
You technically aren't supposed to
Between
park.
8 a.m. and 4 p.m.
But it's before 8 a.m.
Oh, she means
Even up to
overnight.
midnight.
You technically aren't legally allowed to
Because
park
you're not allowed to park overnight in those spaces, and they would count
Then it
after
should be
midnight
8
as
a.m.
being
to 4
overnight.
p.m. That's another issue.
Yeah, that's another issue. And that's another issue that
And
we're
that would
fight.
affect me when I was a student here somehow.
But yes, there has been, that's a different issue of, 24-hour radio station,
Yes.
people can't park in the parking spot. Different
Different issue.
Different issue. Any more discussion on this resolution? No? Okay. Move to a vote to accept. I already got a motion. All right, so we'll just move to a vote. All in favor? No, it is all in favor.
Aye.
All opposed? Abstentions? One by Representative Enos and one by Representative Patrick. Passes. Okay. Next. So the next one is the RI Promise Resolution. This was obviously requested that if student parliament decided, or if anybody decided to write a resolution for parliament in support of the RI Promise, as they are having more meetings with it in March, they wanted it done as soon as possible. So I took it upon myself to write this. Whereas the Rhode Island Promise program is funded by the state of Rhode Island, whereas Rhode Island College has lost 27% of freshman enrollment due to the Rhode Island Promise implications at the Community College of Rhode Island, whereas student parliament has learned that enrollment at Rhode Island College is at a historical low for recent decades, and Parliament has reason to believe one factor to help improve enrollment is the addition of Rhode Island Promise at RIC, whereas this decreased enrollment has resulted in an observed decline in student activity at RIC, a decrease in participation in student life, and a decrease in student activity fee funding available to support student life, and a noticeable reduction in the size of the student body. Whereas student parliament has learned that the governor and her administration is looking to put the RI Promise into effect at Rhode Island College, be it therefore resolved that on behalf of the student body of Rhode Island College, student parliament hereby supports the Rhode Island Promise at RIC. The Rhode Island Promise is an advantage to higher education and should be available and used at Rhode Island College. Be it further resolved that student parliament also respectfully requests that state leaders in the government and education recognize the importance of maintaining an accessible, affordable education for Rhode Island College students. Respectfully submitted, Joshua Percy, President at Large Representative. So I know we had discussions of the RI Promise last week with President Sanchez here, and I know that some people have, questions about it and concerns. But at the end of the day, I do believe this will help the student body, whether it be 300 people or more than that. I think that getting this to Rick and testing it here and figuring out what works and what doesn't, and then the ability to maybe try to change it over time and adjust it so that it works here, which will not be out of the realm of possibility, as President Sanchez mentioned. That I think this would be a good thing, that student parliament does support this, because I think that at the end of the day, when this comes into effect, every freshman coming in, from that point forward will have the opportunity to qualify for this. And If that means an increase in freshman enrollment, hopefully we can change that 27% loss into a 27% gain. So even flipping that around to, back to what we had, getting rid of that 27% freshman enrollment drop, and getting that back to something, the equal amount that we've had, I think is going to be key. Unfortunately, it might not affect the students currently here, but maybe we need to think about more of the students that are going to be coming here and what it could have effect on them. And that's all I've got.
So seeking a motion to, so, Enos, second by, Representative Untitled Chapter. And then any discussion?
For whatever it's worth, the faculty council is also behind this.
Pretty cool. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
And all those opposed? Any abstentions? President Percy abstains, and it's approved. Yeah, cool.
Go for it. Okay. Updates and remarks, faculty, staff. Dr. Valerie Andrews is not here, so Dr. Rosalind Smith.
It's really slow right now. I don't have any announcements. Usually spring break.
All right, move on. Staff update, Mr. Arthur Patrick.
Enjoy spring break.
He's got back from vacation. He doesn't have any updates. Yes, absolutely. Dean Student's not here. Alumni update. Rob Smith, how long of an update do you have?
I'm pretty sure if I say more than those 3 words, the room is about to throw stuff at me.
Yep.
You just did, George.
You just did. Yeah.
I don't really have anything. I mean, I'd like to congratulate President Percy on being very good at running the meeting. It's not really easy to run a meeting. I was treasurer, so I had to run finance commission, and I love Mary's giggle as if that's just so many flashbacks to her. Running a parliament meeting or even a committee meeting is actually pretty intimidating, and it's not always easy to remember what to do. I don't think I was good at it until like the end of the year, personally, and Mary would agree. Even though I have a naturally bossy personality. So I'd like to commend President Percy, who I think is probably the first president to have to run his own meeting. And I don't remember, again, I'd have to refer you to Mrs. Levesque. It's not used to that.
To be fair, we didn't know what to do either, so I just said, I guess I'll run the meeting.
It's never happened in my time.
Other than that, there's only, 2-3 meetings left before starting, guys?
The 2 satisfied and the non-satisfied, the 1 potential meeting, so that one, and I think there's 2 in April, or 3 in April.
There's the 17th, and then the 20th.
So most guys have 3 or 4 meetings left, so to the students
Dad.
on Parliament who want to actually get something done this year, do some work over spring break and towards it, because this is really your only chance. I said at the beginning of this semester and last semester that this goes by fast. You only have 16 or so meetings, and
Just like this meeting.
you only have, it doesn't seem a lot. To me, it's only March. I'm like, oh, the year just started. I have so much ahead, but you guys, it's over, more or less. So you have 3 meetings, and you can get a lot done in 3 meetings. I don't know.
To be fair, Rob, I wanted you to be my deputy speaker, but we thought I had to be a student, so.
I'm not paying more money to this college. I did mine. I'm still paying off my loans. I took enough classes, and I'm pretty sure I did the term. That's all I have. You guys only got a couple meetings left, so think about it. That's it.
I get a little taste of deputy speaker.
All right, so I do have some appointments, resignations, and vacancies. First one was resignations from Josh Magnone. He resigned from PR as the PR director. He resigned from the elections committee and the public relations committee. I do have some additions, some appointments. Can I ask that these be accepted unanimously? Yes. Well, I'm talking to the speaker, which is me, so. All right. I accepted unanimously Janelle Gomez as a student parliament member on the elections committee. And since Josh is no longer a non-student parliament member, there's an open slot, which I'll be adding Michaela Hill to the Elections Commission as a non-student parliament. I'd like to add Janelle Gomez as the WXIN representative on the SEC committee. I would like to add Genesis Garcia as the student parliament rep, one of the student parliament reps on the student entertainment committee. And I'd like to add Sofia Guerrera to a non-student parliament spot on the student entertainment committee. I'll be appointing Michaela Hill to the Committee of Academic Advising. And that is it. Other than that, I believe we have 2 petitions for Parliament out. One needs 3 more signatures and then they'll be on. And we have somebody who took one out today. We have a graduate student who took one out a couple of weeks ago. So we'll hopefully be adding a few more people in here. You know, later's fine. I mean, that's okay. But other than that, I ask that these be accepted unanimously. Any objections? Okay. Issues of Parliament members. Yes.
I have a question, since we're getting towards that end of the year. When can people take up petitions for next year?
March 25th.
Sounds okay to me. I don't have a calendar in front of me.
I believe it's March 25th, because it's either that or April 25th, which is not.
It is
that.
not.
No, that's way too
Nope,
late.
it is March 25th.
April 24th is election, so that would be hard to do it the day after.
Usually the first.
So it's definitely I think it's the first Monday, the last Monday of March.
Cool.
So the 25th. Looking forward to that. Any other issues with Parliament? This is fun. Oh, okay. This was fun. I enjoyed it. I hope I did a good job. All right, one motion for adjournment by Representative Enos, and one by Representative Polonsky. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Abstentions? Please stay seated for roll call.
Joshua Percy,
Here.
Martin Kane, Genesis Garcia, Janelle Gomez, Julio Baroa, Haley Roan, Catherine Enos, Alexis Polanski, Taylor Boutet,
Here.
Valerie Andrus, Rosalind Savilski, Tamika Wardlow Williams, Arthur Patry,
Here.
Robert Smith.
Here. All right, let's do this again.